All right, welcome everybody. It's our 8th session of the Red Star Rising campaign adventure titled The Coldest of Blood, designed by Gooey Cube and presented by the Greater Mulmaster Beholder Corps, where we hope your minds will be opened by wonder tonight. We are a program that's powered by the Tabletop Misfits, and playing today are Zane and Mark,
Hello.
Lee, the Mighty Trey, and Chris. And I am Casey, also known as the Emissary of the Great Mother. So with that, my aberrations, I ask you, shall we begin?
Aye.
Yep.
Yup.
I always wonder if we get a nay in there, but probably not going to happen. Because yeah. Anyway. Anyway, the eyes have it.
Horse.
What's the horse's name again? I forget. It's been too long.
Snickerdoodle.
Snickerdoodle.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, well, it sounds like the eyes have it. So, a forest in the dead of winter can be a dangerous and mysterious place. But we've found our wood, and we've found our food. Only the water is left. But it seems like it's going to take a fight to get to it. So, my friends, previously on the Red Star Rising campaign, what happened? You tell me.
Oh man.
We fought a bunch of wolves. We found a standing stone that we kind of were nervous about, but and then we got to a rickety bridge and just barely made it across and found a what looks like a camp of dead adventurers.
And yes.
A bunch of horses.
Oh yeah, and a dead ogre too. Yeah, I forgot about the
Stump
ogre.
with
ogre in there.
A spider stump.
Spider stump.
Yeah. Spider stump. You found a tree that was down on the ground that you guys chopped up, but
Yeah.
some nasty little things came out of there and started. I don't know. One of them chewed on Fleegan pretty good, didn't it? A couple times.
They always chew on Fleegan.
There's lots of
Because
children.
somebody's bodyguard decided to leave him alone.
He's barely a mouthful, so.
Now I'm not sure what that creature was. It's like a protector of the forest that we ran into, and some of the party members asked some really good questions. And one of our characters, I think it was Gror, got some kind of infliction removed.
Yep. That was the session before, but yeah.
Spirit of the forest.
Yes.
Yeah, that was such a
Really cool horns.
crazy
great.
moment. I can't forget it.
Antlers.
Antlers.
Yep.
With a name that we all don't know how to pronounce.
Of course.
Linnea.
Sophalinia, something like that. I was talking with the Mad Wizard himself just the other day, telling him stories of your adventures, and I said, yeah, they came across the stag, of whose name I still can't pronounce. But, yeah, I think it was the Outlander that I have the most trouble with. I don't know. I think somebody figured that one out, but anyhow, I digress.
Was my second favorite NPC since Roar met his other girlfriend, whose name I don't remember at all right now.
That
Honestly.
was epic. I honestly don't either, but that was still fun. Maybe we'll come back to that. We'll see. Spoilers. No. Well, my friends, let's backtrack just a little. No, the first thing we need to do is everybody needs to give me a d20 roll, please. Oh, 15. 6 isn't going to do it. 9 isn't going to do it. 19.
Oh, so close.
Yeah, wow. 18. Wow, 19. Wow. How many GUI rewards do you have right now? 4?
Nowhere near enough.
Nowhere near enough. Well,
Live on
let's
the
go
edge
take
of
a
a
look.
lightning bolt. Need lots of bonuses. I rolled again too, just in case.
Of course you did. I'm looking here. How many do you have? You are purple?
I am
Yeah, I
purple.
think you're purple. You're purple. You have too many GUI rewards. Oh, so close. So close. But not quite. Maybe next time.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, now you guys can. That's. I think that's one of the first times that I've have actually seen Roll20 not actually come up with a natural 20 in the very beginning. Imagine that. 49. Yeah, that's not going to do it either. So close. So close. All right. Well, you guys were talking about the standing stones that you saw, and you found out that it was a somewhat of a ritual place, and
Tied to the phases of one of the moons, if I remember
but
correctly.
really, yeah. Well, it had some sort of pictographs on the stones that had the phases of the moon, and you guys actually found a poem or an inscription or something like that was a little odd, but nothing really seemed to stand out to you, so you moved on. Came across a bridge you were quite concerned about breaking, but you made it across and found. And at this point, the trail widens out, and you could smell smoke. It seemed to be coming from the direction that you were traveling, and when you moved forward, you came across. And I'll show the picture again. The camp of the dead, of which there is a very large individual lying dead on the ground and a number of other smaller individuals and bodies lying all over the place. And it's clear to you that a battle had been fought in the area very recently, with all the bodies lying on the ground. Oh, let me go through and tell you some of this. So, lying in death amidst the 4 dead men is the corpse of a large, hairy humanoid with an enormous head and broad shoulders. The creature is likely 10 feet tall, perhaps more, and it's dressed in fur and skins and lies upon its back. The monster has been cut and slashed in a number of places and has an arrow protruding from its shoulder. And it has 4 burn holes in its chest, each about the size of an apple. And there's a low fire that smokes near the bodies, and a pile of firewood sits next to it. A somewhat burned, spitted rabbit sizzles above the fire, and a brewed pot of coffee sits in the coals to the side. And there are sleeping blankets that are laid next to the fire. And there are 4 saddle packs and 4 saddles. And behind the camp at the edge of the thicket are 4 Shugenshire gray horses. And they are blanketed, but are in a state of extreme agitation, snorting and neighing and pulling on the ropes that hold them. And there are 2 other paths that lead away from the clearing into the forests beyond, the one you traveled to get here, and the other on the other side. So what do you guys do?
What do we know about Shugenshire?
Shugenshire is a well-known, relatively small town, but kind of renowned for its raising of horses in that area. It's lots of horse pastures and high-end, expensive breeders. It's Shugenshire is north of Nevermore, about halfway between Nevermore and Darkenhaven, in the center of the Republic, near the Mistrewn River. Quite renowned. These horses are actually quite renowned, and to see them is quite stunning. They're very strong, well-bred, good for all sorts of needs, especially for pack horses and getting from place to place. They're strong. They're relatively fast. Not prone to sickness.
So expensive.
Wow.
Yeah.
Quite valuable, yes.
You see, did I miss the description of the creature on the left of the picture? Like race-wise, or do we recognize that?
So let me pull that picture up again. So
Perhaps
ask that
species.
question again for me.
The
So say that
creature on
question
the
again.
left, the large one under the pine
The
tree.
ogre.
Yeah, it
Is an
looks like
ogre for sure. Okay, I didn't want to assume.
I would say that you guys would surmise that, given the fact that you know that there are ogres in this place based on the tracks and the tracks you've been more or less following or possibly avoiding. Yes.
Do I look?
Let's
10%
just say it's not
like
a
him?
gnome.
Can we? Do I look 10% like him?
you look about 10% of his size.
Not quite 10% of his
You should
size,
go
but
see what your cousin, if he's still alive. I'm going to go look at the bags.
there's a
Uh,
We need to quiet
Right.
those horses.
Yeah.
Gor will draw the lucky longbow and knock an arrow and dig a small hole to cover if Fleegan would like to go loot bodies.
I'll move forward with Fleegan, but I'll have my bow at the ready as well.
I guess I
I'll
better
move.
check to see if anybody's alive.
I'll move with my axe, but I'm going to go to the horses to try to calm them.
okay. All right. So the horses are over this direction on the other side of the fire. That lets you go ahead and move your tokens where you feel like you guys want to.
How
Yourselves.
far do you want
Um,
to move?
Ours is you want to. The horses are over here on the side of the camp.
All right. Well, I'm going to move to them where I see. To move as quietly as possible.
I'm gonna check bodies as I go through and make sure, some people could be so far gone that they're actually still alive, but they look dead. So I'm gonna make sure that none of them are actually
Mhm.
on death's door or something.
Okay. All right. Mention here.
Yeah, I guess I caused that.
Yeah. That's all right. Just Fleegan, you're looking to. Are you going to
I'm
go
gonna
over there
look
and
at
try and
evac.
rifle through the
Heart.
pockets?
Yeah, I'm going to see if this guy's alive and if he's got anything in him.
Yeah. Kimber Mysticus is quite dead. Fleegan, you're rummaging through Elvac's pockets there.
Well, I want to see if he's alive first, and then I'll go through his package. Because there's nothing more rude than if you're going through somebody's pockets while they're still alive.
Yeah. He's a fairly large man with a dark
Just
beard.
make sure they're not.
You notice that he was definitely struck in the head because the side of his head is actually sunken in and somewhat misshapen. There's nobody that would survive that. Mysticus, as you get close to him, you see that he was actually his arm is must have been shattered by something because it's laying at a very odd angle and looks very dark and soft.
Oh, yeah, so could I roll a check or something to see if I know how long they've been here?
Yeah. Do a nature check.
Oh, okay. I was gonna roll medicine, but nature's not good.
Medicine. Well, I mean, if you're wanting to know maybe potentially how long they've been dead, medicine would be appropriate. Nature would be more appropriate for how long they've been in this area.
Sorry, my computer was having some issues. I was trying to click the right one. I clicked everything around it.
Yeah. Well, we got the 13 medicine check there. Looks like they've probably, based on the surroundings that you see and stuff like that, it's been anywhere from an hour to 2 or 3 hours, but somewhere in that the fire is down to some smoldering coals, but there's a pretty blackened rabbit on a spit there over the fire. So given the fact that nobody's moved to do something about that, you're pretty confident that these things are quite dead.
Have a good bed, buddy.
I'll move about that. I'll put the rabbit in the fire and then kick dirt onto it to try to put it out.
Okay, all right.
Just to
The,
smolder it down.
Yeah, Elven hardtack there. He's still got a dagger sheath that you, as a rogue, you like your daggers. And, even just from the pommel of it, it looked like something that just drew your eye. Do you draw it out?
Oh, of course.
Of its sheath. Yeah. All right. You find yourself a Serric iron dagger.
Nice.
I will be happy to take such.
There's a ash short bow laying next to him that looks like it got broken in the midst of the scuffle. There's a number of arrows scattered about from a quiver that he must have had on him when he fell to the ground. He's got some nice leather boots on. There's a small wooden box in a pouch, a fairly large pouch that he has on him. He's got a gold chain bracelet on his wrist. A number of pouches. Looks like he's got a fairly fat pouch of what's probably coins hanging off of his belt.
Does any of this, like the bracelet you were talking about, have any identifying marks or such?
You don't really have a whole lot of time. I'm just kind of giving you had enough time to kind of do an overview of the body, see kind of what items might be on him or laying around him. Your eye was drawn to the dagger. You pulled the dagger, found that the dagger was a Serric iron dagger, which is pretty nice. And then I'm going to move on to the next person. Kenna moves over and she kicks or knocks the rabbit into the coals, right? Is that what you did?
Yeah, and then I'll check on what is his name? Dovid Rend, right here.
Dovid Rend, yeah.
Yeah, I'll check and see if he's gone or not.
Okay. He's got as you get closer, you notice that he's laying face down, and he's got he's got something buried in his back. Hold on. Oh no, he's laying on his back and his chest is caved in. It looked like he got smashed in the chest, and you can tell that he's most definitely not dead and not breathing, and his eyes are open.
Okay.
So
him not alive. Got it.
Yeah, he's definitely not alive. Theros, as you walk by Droven, you take a glance at him, and notice that both of his knees must have been shattered because his legs, if it wasn't for skin and muscle, probably below the knee would be missing or separated from his body the way that he's laying on the ground. So there's no way that anybody could have survived that amount of blunt force damage that he took. And you find yourselves over the horses. Go ahead and give me an animal handling check if your plan was to try and calm them. What were you going to do? I'm sorry, I should have asked first.
I'm just going to take them and just crush their manes and just try to quiet them down. As I'm sure we had to deal with the horses before, so just as horse handling.
Yeah, they're pretty agitated and they kind of bounce around. And as you get closer, they really kind of rear around. They were tied. They weren't just. They were actually tied to the branches that they had their harnesses on. So that's probably why they hadn't run away at this point. But one of them kind of rears up, and they're nickering and neighing and very agitated. And your discretion is the better part of valor at this point. You kind of keep yourself at bay a little bit, and it doesn't seem like anything that you can do seems to be able to calm them right now. Okay?
Sure thing.
All right. Kimber, you take a look at our friend Mystigus. And again, you guys don't know these names. There's other information down the line that would indicate this, but we'll just call him by that.
Okay.
But he, as you come close, definitely doesn't seem to be breathing. And your investigation there to try and figure out about how long they've been there. One of the things you do is you check for a pulse, and there is not one there. As far as damage to his body, he's really kind of wrapped up in his robes, but he's laying in a large pool of blood, and you know very quickly that anybody laying in a large pool of blood, that big, is not alive. There's no way they could have survived that much blood loss.
I look at my companions, and I'm not sure how long ago this happened, but do you think this one ogre killed all of them?
I would doubt that, since it's succumbed to wounds as well.
So why did they leave all this stuff, and especially these horses? Wouldn't ogres eat the horses at least?
If it was ogres, it might have been that the ogre attacked or was leading them here or something, and something else attacked them. I don't know.
Okay, you see, Gror has a question.
Mm-hmm.
Looking towards the far end of the camp where the horses are, disturbed, are they indicating anything, like, directionally that's bothering them other than just Theros? Like, are they looking off into the woods to the north or the south, or?
Give me an insight check. They seem to be agitated at this point even more by Theros' approach. Something makes you feel like it's him that they're nervous about. I mean, they were agitated because probably of the goings on, but he made it worse as he got closer.
Maybe Theros' heritage?
Maybe.
I am ogre blood touched.
Yep.
All right. Well, through all of that, you guys are in the midst of kind of doing these various things and investigating the scene before you to see what's going on, when suddenly, from a small game trail to the north, another huge hairy human from the brush with a deafening roar. Huge, menacing, giant hands. Up here.
Oh, that's not pretty.
He has a large head and is missing an eye. The dark socket is all you can see there. His teeth are broken, and his nose is shifted to one side of his face, and there's a great scar that runs from his forehead to his jaw across the empty eye hole. And the creature has arms like tree trunks and is nearly 9 feet tall. The monster is dressed in skins and furs and carries a massive spiked club with his left hand, and his right arm is wrapped in a makeshift bandage. And as he charges, you can see he bears other wounds as well. And he actually seems to be dragging his left leg slightly. Gror, what were you going to say?
Gror would like to begin to aim at his good eye right now.
All right. Hang on just a second here. Did I show you his picture?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Mug.
Here comes Mug.
All right. So there is no surprise there because Gror was standing there watching him come. Gror, do you loose an arrow at him?
I make the blue veil sound of danger and I let loose a cloth-yard shaft at his one good eye.
Well, let's see if you hit. Go ahead and roll. Everybody else can go ahead and select their tokens and roll initiative at this point. All right. 16, huh? Well, that shot lands on a very, very large target. Not that hard to hit. Does it hit his good eye? No, it doesn't, unfortunately, but it sticks in his shoulder. Go ahead and roll damage. Okay, you got to. There we go.
I just wanted the hit to look better. Sorry.
You just wanted it to look better. That would have come closer to his eye. All right. Groar's standing there at the ready, sees something crashing through the brush, lets an arrow go, sticks in the thing's shoulder, and he reels back and roars in pain. And reaches up and tries to tear the arrow from his shoulder as he's bearing down upon Kenna. Let me go ahead and roll initiative here. All right. There it is. Everybody roll initiative already?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did everybody get their token selected when they did that?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Easy, George.
All right. Okay, well, Kenna, that means that you are up first as this thing is bearing down on you.
I'm going to move to there. Yeah, I'm going to move to there, and I'm going to line up a shot with my short bow since I had it in hand and ready.
Okay.
I'll use a striking arrow. That's a crit.
Oh, there's a crit right there. Go ahead and roll on the crit table. Bam. You're already at the top of the initiative order.
Yay, that was useful. Well, it's 11 piercing anyway, so it's...
That's hilarious.
That's a significant amount of damage right there, my friend. All right.
I'm like, nope, not done with that.
Yeah. Well, that one actually lands right in his cheek, right underneath his good eye there. And you weren't necessarily aiming for his eye, but you took a good shot, hit his face, and his head reels back, and he lets out a scream of pain. Anything else?
No, that is the extent of what I'm doing. Oh, actually, yep, no, I'm gonna hold off on that. So yeah.
Okay.
I'm good.
All right, Kimber, you're up.
I don't necessarily want to use any of my magic per se, because being out here in such dangerous areas, I want to keep any of my healing I can. So I'm going to do a cantrip and Sacred Flame him.
And do remember that we have 3 healing potions and 1 greater healing potion in our party loot. So
yes, that is true.
So,
Not after this.
I still remember our longest day, and I keep being afraid that we're going to have another one of those.
Yeah.
Is that a dexterity saving?
Yeah, I just put it in chat there.
Oh, I see it. Yeah. Okay.
It's a roll to hit.
No,
so
he,
no save.
No, he fails that save.
It's a roll to hit, not a save. So you got a crit.
Oh.
No, it says right there. Target.
No, it says target must succeed on a dexterity roll.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
1d8.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh.
Yeah.
I clicked it on my character sheet and it rolled a dice.
Weird.
Natural 20.
Yeah,
Okay,
I wonder why
damage.
it rolled. Okay.
Those 20s, we only have so many.
Oh. Did it add an extra dice? Alright, so 1 point.
All right.
Yay.
Why is it? Oh, because of that. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
I will move also just closer to Theros and stuff, just to back up.
Okay. All right. Intent on Kenna as Kenna moves away, and so it actually pursues, and he's able to get close enough to get right up to you, especially because you nailed him in the cheek with your bow.
Yeah,
He
valid.
moves up on Kenna, roaring.
Any chance? Any chance he passes close enough to me?
No, not with you there.
All right, just ask.
Okay. Yeah, and you would need to be engaged. The way that I do attacks of opportunities is you got to be engaged.
Oh yeah, that works. Yeah.
So.
And remember, I do have mage armor up still, so I'm sitting in an AC of 20.
An AC of 20. Look at that. All right. Well, he is carrying a very large spiked club. I mean, this thing is probably 5+ feet long with a a massive end on it. Spikes sticking out of it.
Yeah, it's taller than Kenna and weighs at least twice her weight. Yeah, got it.
A telephone pole with swords hanging out of it, basically. And he comes swinging it down upon your head and hits you.
Damn.
Ooh.
Ouch.
9 bludgeoning and a piercing. So, if that makes any difference.
It does not. Yeah, it does not. It's just 9 points. So, owie.
But, yeah. And yeah, that hurts.
Considerably.
All right. One second. Okay. And then he is done. So we're gonna move to Theros.
I will move and engage.
Okay.
Again, I'll try to hit him from behind.
Change
Come from behind.
All right. I hate it when I forget to change the music.
Nice.
Well, 19 take him.
Oh yes, a 19 hits. Quite handily, a 19 hits. 6 slashing damage with the great axe. Right?
Cleaned him a little bit. Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
good.
big ol' cut. He's huge. I mean, you're big, and he's imposing to you. So, big man. Very big man. Although the one laying on the ground is bigger. He's at least 10 feet tall. So, apparently they did a pretty good job taking that one down. Although, this one must have got the best of him. All right. Anything else, Saros? Anything else, Theros? Can you all hear me?
I can.
Yeah,
hear you.
okay. Alright. I don't know if we lost Theros or not. I'll move on to Gror. Alright, Gror, you're up.
To shoot him with another arrow.
Okay.
His good eye.
He's gonna try and take a cold shot. We'll see if another 20 comes out. Oh!
Oh, that is high. We've wasted. The
Yeah. That one does hit him in the lower part of his leg. For how much damage?
There's a lot of wind in Gor's defense.
Well, that first shot you took was great.
There's a lot of
Busted
wind,
out.
or he's breaking a lot of wind.
You're breaking a lot of wind.
Okay, well, he could take 12 damage in his damn
Ooh.
thing.
Whoa. Yeah.
Damn.
That is a serious amount of damage for that. Yeah, that sticks in his leg, and that sticks in his bad leg.
Femoral
And
artery,
kind of,
maybe?
yeah, he You see him kind of stagger a little bit when that sticks in it, but he is bloodshot, crazy after Kenna. He wants to take her down. So, all right. Anything else, Gror?
I will draw another arrow.
Okay.
So,
All
like,
right.
actually, I'm gonna scan away after I've shot that one as I'm knocking the other arrow.
Okay.
Not to the north where he came from, but to the trees in the south, and then come back to him for my next shot. Making sure that there's not something else lurking on the edge of the other side of the camp.
Okay. All right. Okay. Fleegan.
Sorry. All right, Fleegan is going to, of course, say, "Fleegan power!" and rush towards said large monster.
Stabby.
Trying to stand over the top of the dead
Is that
body
the
there.
Dwarven stomp? I think he's doing the dwarven stomp.
Not on something that
He's a
big.
little. Respect the dead, man. Come on. 13, huh?
That's my main attack.
All right. He
Does it
makes his Constitution saving throw. Yes, it does hit. Nice. That's a good amount.
And
of damage.
using this pretty new knife I have, that gives me a +1. I will use it to offhand attack,
Okay.
which probably doesn't hit.
Did you hear the part about
that-
cursed? Yeah, it's cursed.
That does hit. This is not a hard target to hit because he's so big. But you notice his muscles are quite tight, and he's pretty beefy, and so you can stab into him. But it's almost as if his just the fact of his muscles and his body and his size himself are more or less armor. So, all right.
So that's actually a pretty good hit for me. That's 18 points.
Yep. Yeah, Fleegan does some serious amount of damage stabbing at this thing. All right. Anything else?
That's both my actions.
Okay. All right, Kenna, because of the special bonus from the crit that you got and the feel of the ebb and flow of battle, I mean, you're already focused and you kind of know what's going on. And so you don't get surprised by another massive ogre crashing out of the brush right below you to the south.
Did Gror see that one?
Yeah, just and okay, so he crashes out of the brush.
I think his
Gror,
name is Zoot.
Zooty Zoot.
Isn't that the saxophone player in like Dr. Teeth and Electric Orchestra?
Probably.
I think so.
It's a Zoot Suit Riot here. That's a...
Gror, you can choose to take your action and shoot this thing if you want to, because you were essentially ready.
Okay, with my huge dwarven tactical cunning, I will prepare this arrow to shoot the new assailant before it can get to Fair Kenna. How many eyes does Zoot have?
2.
I will
And he
try-
doesn't look like he's beat up very bad. It looks like he's taken some damage, but not as bad as Mr. Bug over here.
We'll merely try to shoot him in his vitals. Bang!
Twang, thud. Yep, you. Like I said, these things are big. They're not hard to hit.
Can take 12. Everybody
12
can
points
take
damn.
12.
of damage. Damn.
12 for you,
Wow.
12 for you, 12 for you.
Ogres are no joke, and you guys are
And
destroying.
you get 12 damage, and you get 12 damage.
All right, Kenna, you were not surprised.
Okay.
And so, therefore, it is your turn. He's not going to attack you, and he gets a arrow from Gror in the shoulder.
I will go ahead and use my GUI reward, Go for the Throat.
Okay. What does that do?
It is... I'm trying to click on it, and for some reason tell me. It's like a penalty to my attack, but I get a +5 to damage.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm going to, of course, summon the Sword of Speed into my hand, and since the guys have this guy, I will turn to face Zoot and hack at him with 2 hands.
All right. What was the minus to hit on that?
-3.
Okay, so that's a 14.
Yep.
Yep. That is
And I
actually
do-
going to hit.
And so that's 16 points of damage.
16 points of damage, huh?
Yep. And I
All
lose.
right.
And I lose that GUI reward, but
Okay.
I think it's worth it.
Yeah. That was
Use 'em or
actually
lose 'em.
good. That was a good use of that. All right. So that was. Is that called again? Go for the throat.
Yep. Go
There
for
it
the
is.
throat.
Found it. All right. Let's get rid of that. There we go.
I'm not sure if there's any other effects on it. I couldn't open it to look at it again.
Okay, look and see real quick. No. -3 penalty to attack, +5 to hit. Or
Perfect.
+5
+5 to damage. Perfect. Good.
Yeah.
Got it right.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So. Okay. Anything else, Kenna?
Yeah, for my bonus action.
Did you? You slash with your two-handed sword. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, two-handed with
Yeah,
it, but
yeah.
yeah, as my bonus. No, I'm not going to do anything for my bonus action. I don't have anything that I can do at that point, so I will just stand there and look pretty.
Okay. I need to go back to Gror. Did you want to do anything else? I didn't ask. I'll let you take your action first.
Well, I mean, I thought that was a big enough bonus, and since I was having to hurry that shot, I didn't want to push my luck either.
Well, yeah. Was there
I mean, I
anything you
would've-
wanted to do?
I would have tried to make the little noise that there's another attacker coming, you know, the same way.
Okay. Okay.
Not
All right.
just
Good
shoot
deal.
the arrow, but that's it.
Good deal. Okay. Perfect. All right. Kimber, you're up.
Alright, Camber is just... He's trying to be super strong, but he just... Right now, his nerves are just... the fear for Kenna right now is just beyond belief, and he's just going to throw himself into as much danger as possible to try to save Kenna. While he runs forward, he's going to pull out his holy symbol and use his radiance that hits creatures within 30 feet of him with radiant damage, and also does like this bright light to get rid of like magical darkness. But when he gets up to Kenna, he wants to use a bonus action of a healing word. Is that okay?
Yeah. There's your aura.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah, that's awesome.
Ability.
Okay, so anything within that takes damage. Is that right?
I'm gonna read a little bit to you real quick. So, no magical darkness. Don't worry about that. Everything in 30 feet must make a Constitution saving throw. I know it's not good against these guys, probably. High con. If they fail, they take the full 2d10 plus my level, or half that if they make it.
Okay.
If they're immune to being blinded, it doesn't work. Or wait.
All right. Well,
That's-
Mug fumbles his Constitution saving throw.
Yep, that's a beautiful 4. That's a beautiful 4.
All right. Let's
Oh
see
no, I'm
here.
wrong. Blinding doesn't have anything to do with it. It's cover they were talking about. Alright.
Yeah, and then Mr. Zoot does not pass his Constitution saving throw either.
Nice.
So what was their damage again? Sorry.
Let me roll it.
2d10, right? Plus your level.
Yes. That's okay.
11 points of damage, huh?
11 points radiant to both of them.
And that word.
Yes, please.
All right.
Sweet. 8.
Was that? Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Oh.
Was what you cast a spell? Was that a spell or was that a ability?
It was like turning undead.
Yeah, it's a
So it's an
channel
ability.
divinity.
It's a channel divinity. Okay, that's not. Okay, yeah, you can do that.
Oh, sweet.
Sweet.
You can't cast 2 spells in one action. You can do a spell and a cantrip.
Oh, right. Yeah, we had that talk before. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, but yeah, since it's a channel divinity, that's an ability.
Oh,
All right.
you.
Boom, boom. All right. Wow.
I will take those 8 points back, thank you.
All right.
Gladly.
So...
And plus, hopefully, I'm in target now. I have my warding
Alright.
flares to give them disadvantage if they attack me.
Kismet has smiled upon you greatly, knowing the danger that you're under and the way that you have honored her many times in the last few days. And she smites both of these pretty severely, and you see Mug is looking very worse for wear at this point. He didn't look that great when he came in, and you guys have given him a massive beating, which is pretty impressive, as his ogres are not to be trifled with. But he is still alive long enough to where he has his focus and his sights firmly set on taking down this female that so severely wounded him right off the bat. And so he's going to take another massive swing with his maul, and unfortunately he has taken too much damage and he is unable to swing it with any muster of strength, and she is able to just nimbly in her spell dancer ways just jump out of the way as this tree trunk goes flying by. So all right, Theros,
See
what are
if
you
I can
gonna
take him
do?
down. I'm going to see if I can take him down. And probably not.
Unfortunately, the big tree trunk, as it's going by to try and hit Kenna, actually simultaneously knocks your axe out of the way, and deflects it, so you're unable to hit him with that axe. All right. Anything else? Anything else, Theros?
That's it. That's it.
That's it. Okay. All right. All right. And with that, hold on a second. Coming out of the brush from the north, a rather large wolf at a lightning speed comes crashing out of the brush with a howl, and bears down on Theros and is going to attack him, while another wolf looking almost identical to that comes crashing out of the brush to the south and goes after Gror. So this wolf right here,
Snack.
Snack,
Snick and snack.
is
That's
going to try
funny.
and make a snack out of Theros. 12's not going to hit, is it?
Nope.
No. Turn that on. All right. And then Snick is going to go after Gror. Gror's a little bit smaller. He's going to see if he can have lunch with Gror. 22 is probably going to hit, right?
Certain.
Yeah. All right. You're going to take 9 piercing damage, and I need you to make a strength saving throw, please. The bear's down on you. All right, you make the strength saving throw. He takes a fairly large chunk out of you in the bite that he gave you. 9 piercing damage, but he does not manage to knock you to the ground because you're quite stalwart, as you're known to be.
I'm like,
oh, God.
to see it. Fleegan did such a magnificent job jumping over Mug that Kenna just had to look over.
Squirt.
No, I like the idea of stabbing an artery with the amount of damage you did, and that squirted blood in Kenna's face. And right as she was trying to take a swing with her two-handed sword, and she's blind at this point, you got blood all over your face, so your round's done anyway because you fumbled. All right, Kimbo.
Yep.
Kimber is... Are you back?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. What are you doing?
Oh, my turn. I just got back. That's funny. Oh, we got Zoot still there, huh? How bad is
Kenna's
that?
sitting there
Anybody
wiping blood off of her face because, it just squirted all up and down everything. It's just, oh, God.
I will swing again with my mace.
Jinx's jangling balls.
Yep, that's pretty much what's coming out of her mouth. Nice.
Oh!
Kimber rolls a crit. See, I told you didn't want me to roll for you.
Are you sure you didn't just put that in there? Because Gizmi is really liking this battle.
Roll on the crit table.
About balls and mouth.
Oh.
I think that's what does that.
Roll on the crit table, man.
On the crit table for him. So that's 6 points of bludgeoning damage plus a crit. You're able to maneuver towards your opponent while attacking and attempt to harness them after you attack. You can choose to attempt to grapple your opponent. An ogre, really? Do you want to try and grapple the ogre? Because you can. Do you want to try?
Or attempt to shove, just like push him out of
Kenna!
melee.
Leave Kenna alone!
I suggest a whooshy finger hold.
This is Sparta! Kick.
I'm
Maybe
grappling
with your
one
free hand.
arm of the ogre.
With his free hand, could he poke the blood squirting hole and stop it from spraying Kenna in the face? The little Dutch boy.
I love it. Kimber, what did you want to do? Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I'll grapple one arm.
You try and grapple an arm? Okay. Go ahead and give me a athletics or acrobatics skill check. Your choice.
Wouldn't it be more of an acrobatics just to see if he can still hold on as he's being flung around?
And-
He's grappled him.
That comes on the
And
ogre.
interestingly enough,
He puts Zoot in an arm lock.
I feel like I'm comic relief.
No, this is
Just
amazing,
learning
man.
so
This is
much.
amazing.
and I love the fact that he chose athletics over acrobatics against an ogre, and an ogre with a 19th strength gets put in an arm lock
Where's my hero?
and is grappled by Kimber, and you're all standing. You just stop. It's like the world stops, and all of you just kind of look at that, including the ogre, and they all look at him like, "What?"
What?
And you see the
It's over. It's like,
and
what?
Stick's like, yeah, he's. But you see the veins in his neck just throbbing as Kimber just puffs himself up, and you swear that it's like the Rock at this point. His neck is bigger than his head, and the veins are just pulsing there, and he's just sitting there, kind of tilting his head as he just holds the guy in an arm lock, or the ogre, this big nasty thing in an arm lock. So there we go. All right, well, it's Zoot's turn. And he is grappled. Just a second, so does
that's
that
too
mean
good.
for me to figure out what we need to do? Right.
It means he's got a 0 movement. I believe he
Yeah,
can
he
still
can't-
attack.
Yeah, he can still attack. I like playing with these kind of things.
Yeah.
So you got one arm, so I'm going to give him disadvantage on his attack because he can't use the full use of his body because he's still bigger than you. I mean, he literally takes his arm that you have held onto and he raises it up so he holds you off the ground as he has to then swing with his other arm, his club, to try and bash you off of his arm with his club. So he's actually going after Kember with his club at this point. But he gets to swing with disadvantage because of what's actually going on with you holding on to him as he's trying to knock you off of his arm. Does a 9 hit? No, it does not.
Woohoo! I assume I don't have my shield AC, but yeah, I'm still good.
Yeah. But so you managed to hold on to him enough to the point, but you're kind of up in the air as he swung around and tries to hit you with his club as he's kind of holding on to you. So I'm actually going to move you to. Your legs are over the ground. So, all right. So Snack is dead. Snick is going to continue to try and take down Gror, which is what he wants to do. And so he's snarling and slobbering and tries to bite you and is definitely unable to at this point. So he misses. So we're going to move to Theros.
I want to see if I can end him.
Right.
Is that hit?
All right. 20 is going to hit Zoot. Yes. For how much damage?
Not bad.
There's your big axe damage right there.
That's some big axe damage, man.
You almost cut off his
So
arm.
maybe axe you again.
Let me ask you a question.
Axe and ye shall receive. All right. Anything else?
Nope.
Nope.
Just
All
try
right,
not to
Roar.
kill Kimber while I kill him. Kill Zoot.
I was gonna say something about that.
He's
Don't
kind of
axe
using
me.
Kember as a shield at this
Oh
point.
no!
All right, Gror, you're up.
Snick, I believe.
Roll high, get past the shield.
No!
Oh no!
I think I'm gonna waste my reward on it. Yeah, I have an avoid a fumble.
You're going to use your avoid a fumble on that.
Oh,
Okay.
I
nice.
think so.
So it's just a miss instead of a fumble. Nice.
Yeah.
All right, let me go get that real quick here. Wow, there's a lot of things I got to scribble down here.
And then because apparently I had piled too many and wasn't allowed to have any more rewards, I'm going to. Oh wait, that's not a GUI reward. I'm just going to use my action surge power. And get a second attack on him because now I'm mad because I missed him.
Okay. So Gror goes up there to try and take a swing and misses and just is so frustrated he takes his axe back around the other direction and misses again. Unfortunately.
Oh my gosh, that's 3 misses
Dang.
on this dog.
Yeah, you're better with your bow, I tell you, man.
It is lucky.
All right.
You
He is lucky.
Fleegan to come over and save you there, Roy?
It doesn't.
Oh, it's your turn,
It
Fleegan.
doesn't seem like it, but you might need to sit down and eat dinner before this fight's over. I think, perhaps.
Let me take care of Zoot, and then I'll be right over to help you out. Okay?
Sure. Just don't try any more of that dwarvish stuff. It's not really working.
All right, so what's Fleegan do?
Stabs a lot.
That's all I do. I'm a stabbing machine. Ever
All
since
right, he
my
needs to make Constitution
knife
saving
thrower
throw.
thing got broken.
All right, he's going to fail that. So you're not only going to nail him, you're going to bleed him. And do 11 points of damage while you're at it. No wonder he's bleeding.
Yeah.
All right.
And
Okay. Your offhand stab. Wow.
At least he doesn't get.
All right, 'tis but a scratch on that one. The first one was a little bit more brutal.
It's still better than missing, Mark. Don't feel bad.
Swing and a plink.
All right, Ken.
I could be clear, do dog.
I am going to cast Burning Hands on Zoot
Okay.
because that's not reduced because that's not melee damage. Make a save.
All right, just a sec. I'm not going to mess with that. I could pull out the little burning hands. Here, we'll do this. We'll just do this.
He's the only one I'm targeting, so I can miss
Yeah.
everybody else with it. So,
Yeah. I was
but
gonna.
that would be a dex save at DC 14, I believe, for half.
Hang on a second.
Yeah, dex save.
There we go.
There we go. That works. Fireworks.
Wow.
Because I can. All right. Dex save. Dex save. That's the right one. Yes, it is. Okay.
Oh,
7
he saves.
succeeds.
Takes
How much damage?
5 points of fire. Yep.
5 points of burning fire damage. All right. That burns out in pain. Anything else?
Yeah, he's probably going to get a moving out of range.
Okay. All right. He's going to take Kimber and swing him down on you. Oh God.
Oh, wait, I get to go first, right?
Oh boy.
No. Kenna
No,
moved
this
out of
is
the way.
not attack of opportunity.
Oh,
Attack of
no.
opportunity. So Kenna burned him. So Kenna does burning hands on him, which burns up his one side. And in reaction to that, he's got you grappled on his arm. And so what he does is he takes his arm and he spins over. And
Can I
though
flare?
because he's grappled, it's not a crit. Man, I wish I could use that crit, but it's not a crit.
Okay.
Thank goodness.
Because he was grappled. So, but he actually takes you down and nails Kenna. Still, an 18 doesn't hit, does it?
No. No, it does
No.
not.
Okay, well, there you go. Darn it,
Yeah,
I was
I'm
going to have fun with that one. I'm going to have him hit you with Kimber and hurt Kimber too, because he had a natural 20. But oh well.
And I'm going to move over to there
Darn it!
and
Oh,
start wiping blood off of my face.
I would have loved Ken. I would have loved Kimber to do 21 points of damage to Kenna. I mean,
I would have been up with 1 hit point, but I still would have been up.
Well, my question is,
What would
with
we
that
have half
roll,
the damage between them?
I mean, it hits me. Do I get hurt, though?
No, because you didn't hit him.
Okay, good.
He's swinging a bit.
He is-
I was going to say,
Yeah.
split the damage between them.
That's probably what I would have done.
Kimber gets the
so-
extra point.
That wouldn't be the first time I hit you.
No.
All right, Kimber, you're up. So you're on the ground now.
Okay, good. So I'm not on his arm anymore.
Well,
Well, you
can
still haven't
you can
grappled.
tell
but
you still haven't grappled. You can choose to
Oh,
let go.
I do like giving him disadvantage on everybody. That's awesome. What do you think, guys? Ooh, should I stay on this roller coaster?
beat the crap out of him. Do damage.
Well, can I actually swing my mace, though?
Could you swing your mace in your other hand? Sure.
Right, no shield, riding an ogre's arm, I'll swing at the ogre.
He's grappling this ogre with one arm. My respect has gone up so much more.
Well, right now I am. Because I'm
Go ahead and roll your
swinging.
damage. Nice. All right.
So maybe
So the sequence of this is, Kenna casts burning hands, burns him up one side. He gets so upset and then tries to run away. He gets so upset in reaction, he flips around and tries to smash Kenna with Kimber. Kenna just in her nimbleness, just at the bare last second, slips out of the way because it took Zoot just the hair bits longer than he imagined because of the extra weight of Kimber holding on to Zoot's left arm there. And Zoot ends up bringing him down. Kimber hits the ground, pushes himself with his the reflex momentum of hitting the ground, and pushes back in kind of a spring motion, using the momentum of that to bring his mace around and knock the ogre right upside the head. You hear his jaw shatter as his head snaps back and you hear a crunching sound as his neck breaks and Zoot begins to fall to the ground. Kimber, roll a d12 for me, please.
Roll a 6, roll a 6, roll a 6.
8.
I think that's gonna miss everybody.
That's good.
Yeah, he's gonna fall back over direction over here.
Nice.
And crash to the ground. You let go, Kimber, as your bonus action.
Right on.
Did you let go?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So in a final flourish of this amazing momentum thing that he does after he smashes him in the jaw, snapping his neck, and Zoot falls to the ground over on his back, crashing to the ground. You know, Kimber lets go and pushes off as he does, and comes down on the ground in a great Marvel superhero. You know, one knee down, one leg
Superhero
down,
landing.
and does the head flip back, and you see his eyes kind of glow as it all happens in the end. And although we still have a Snick over there, I think everybody has to give a roar of triumph at that point. No roars from the crowd?
Okay. Just too busy like wiping blood out of her eyes.
All right, Snick's going to try and bite. And Snick is over there. He's going to try and bite Roar. Does a 19 hit? I think it does.
Exactly what it is if my shield's included. I think it already is.
I think. Our class is your shield. So yeah, he hits you for 6 piercing damage, and I need you to make a strength saving throw, please. That's a fail, and you fall to the ground with him on top of you.
I'm gonna use my other reward. I think maybe I don't have that one. I think I used that one. That's not an ability check. I do not have that one anymore.
Hold
Never
on.
mind. Don't hold on. Let it go.
It's fine. You're just prone.
To...
He's on top of
Okay.
you. It doesn't really hurt you.
Got it.
So what's that, Kenna?
Well, I was going to ask if I can play a GUI reward card for him.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
If you want.
You do that?
Well, he's only prone, and we're all going to get a chance to kick the crap out of the dog before he does any more damage. So yeah, I think we're good.
Okay. All right. Make sure you take 6 points of damage, Gore. All right, Theros.
I'm on it.
Well, I'll make my way over to them. I can't quite make it there.
Oh, 5 feet short.
5 foot short.
Unless you want to dash, then you can make it into able to swing.
I wouldn't be able to do anything. So I will simply advance, and I will be there next turn.
All right. Gror, you are on the ground underneath this.
Wait, hold on 1 second. I thought of something. This is what I was thinking of.
Okay.
The Lucky Shield provides advantage on a saving throw of your choice once per day. And on
Okay.
that saving throw, I rolled a 20 with the second advantage die.
You
25.
Yeah. So now I'm no
All
longer
right.
prone.
You are no longer prone, and with that
Couldn't think of
natural
what I was
20,
supposed to do.
yeah, as it came down
You're
on
actually
you,
on
and it
top of
bit
the
you.
dog. The dog's prone, and you're on top of him.
Yeah. It bit you, and you took the
crap.
damage, and it landed on you, but, with the lack of kissing from your lucky shield, you actually did a shield bash back onto this thing. I want you to go ahead and roll a d4 for me, please. Ooh, nice.
Nice.
You bashed it in the head as it bit you, and you kind of it tried to latch its jaws onto you, and you bashed it, and it bit you, and it kind of scraped your arm a little bit, but it wasn't able to latch onto you, and you did 4 points of damage to it in return. All right.
Hey, Lucky Shield.
So Yeah. So it's actually your turn now too.
It's my turn. I'm not prone, so I can use an axe, because there's no way I'm allowing the use of an axe from prone position.
Technically, just have disadvantage on the swing, but
Yeah.
It should be more like
By
a hit
5e
roll.
rules, but yeah.
Either way,
it's fine. It depends on things. I play with the rule of cool a lot. So
oh yeah,
you guys
absolutely.
haven't figured this out after 40 whatever sessions.
Yep, pretty sure we got that.
I'm going to attempt to hit Snick with a magic battle axe. It's never been done before by anyone on this whole planet. So, drum roll, please. Boom, 15. I think that's going to do it. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, 15's gonna go ahead and roll down.
Huzzah! He can take 10.
Oh, yeah. You're not only going to do this amazing moment of where it bites you and just kind of scratches you as you nail the thing with your shield, knocking its head out of the way, and then you follow right back up and just take right under its breast with that massive axe, and you put a big old gash in it and just basically splay him open across the front of the chest and take him down in the effort. And then the crowd goes wild, right?
Ah, yay.
And for my next action, I cast Prestidigitation to get the blood off of me.
My face.
Is there any chance
Yes.
that I got that all the way over to Kenna with that blood from that one?
No.
It's a bit far at this point. I mean, maybe with a natural 20, we might talk about that.
I've seen some really long arterial sprays, but not that long.
20 feet, come on. It's in Wolf, maybe.
Well, congratulations, my friends. You managed to fight off the onslaught of the two ogres and their pet dogs, which managed to take out a large group of what seemed to be very well equipped and somewhat stout warriors. But it's entirely possible, too, that both of these were hurt significantly previous to the fight, making it more beneficial for you. But you guys still did a very significant amount of damage against these assailants. So this is a story for the ages that you will very definitely be sharing at the tent fire once you return to the troop.
Oh yeah.
No kidding. No kidding. So well done. Well done. All right.
And I took no damage. I didn't get bitten, and I didn't get peed on.
I walk over to Quember, and I say thank you. I kiss him on the cheek, and then I go the bodies.
Roar complains to Theros, what the hell's going on? I got bit and peed on.
Kimber will just
handing off the baton.
I'll just lay there staring at the stars with a smile on my face now after that kiss.
Yeah. And once he comes back around, Groar's gonna congratulate Kember on using his dwarven fighting skills that he has learned and adapting the dwarven arm lock, and he's learning a lot. I'm really impressed. He could probably teach Flugan the things he's trying. It's amazing.
We're gonna go over to Ember and pat him and say, "Good job! I see you've been working out. You've got arms almost as big as mine."
Actually, I'm gonna go over to the horses and try to calm them. I'm not the best at it, but
somebody needs to calm them because they don't like me.
Okay. Animal handling check there, Kenna, please. Oh. All right. Any other role play or anything like that?
Just after Groar comes over and congratulates him or takes him out of his daze, he gets up and starts helping with everything instead of laying there staring at the stars anymore, and gives Groar a big old hug and then moves on to help.
Thank you, Kim.
Oh, how sweet.
I was gonna head to the original ogre corpse before we started all this slaughter and mayhem.
Okay.
and make sure there isn't another adventurer under him.
The only one that's alive.
I don't know, we might find some more gnomes for Fleegan to play with. You never know.
with the smells and the threat of the ogres hiding in the brush, the horses are already noticeably calmer, and it allows you, kind of, as you move over to them, the experience you've had in the past of working with the troop horses, the opportunity to kind of work, and you see them very quickly start to calm down. They're snickering and kind of stomping around a little bit, but they seem to be on their way towards not going to trample you if you try and come any closer to them. Okay. So as you guys at this point, talk about the process of checking things out, looting the bodies and stuff, let me describe the scene to you. And the individuals. The dead warriors are large men with long dark hair and dark beards. We talked about how one was struck in the head, the other in the chest. You notice the armor is completely dented in and rended. Both of them have shields that are emblazoned with the crest of a phoenix on a blue field. And the short bows are lying near them. The quivers have been knocked to the ground and the arrows laying all around. You see a well-crafted longsword that lies near one of the men. And there's also a well-made two-handed axe on the ground near the other. The man not wearing armor appears to be a wizard of some type. That's the Mysticos fellow there. He wears fairly nice fur-lined robes coupled with a white fur cloak that looks to be very high quality. His clothes are thick and appear of fairly fine quality. And from his belt hangs a couple of pouches, and a leather bag is strapped to his shoulder. And a well-crafted wooden stave lies just out of reach of his cold, rigid fingers. And then the last man is clean-shaven and wears dark leather armor, and there's a short sword that lies near his broken body. And he wears thick clothing with long sleeves to guard against the winter chill. And there's a sigil depicting crossed scrolls over a spoked wheel that is sewn into his armor. That's kind of a description of what you see lying around.
Do I recognize the phoenix on the blue field? Is that common?
Give me a history check, please.
Okay.
Can somebody help her? Anybody nearby?
Yeah, anybody? Anyone?
I don't know where I am, because I don't know where the other ogre body is.
You guys are kind of mingling around, checking things out at this point, so we're just going to kind of do this fluidly. So if you want to go ahead and give a help, you can roll that Kenna twice.
One.
Right. At first you recognize it and you feel like, oh, you've seen that a bit, but it takes a bit to think about it, and then Fleegan kind of says, oh yeah, we've been up that way before. And you go, oh, that's right. And you remember that it's actually the crest of the city of Prondadal.
Prondadal?
Which is the city that you guys are heading towards.
Okay. I'm gonna check out.
Do they have name tags on those shields?
Sewn into their
Underwear?
Not well. Oh, maybe we could do that. Yeah.
Written in marker on their underpants.
You recognize that there's these first two warriors. That's Droven and Droven and Elvac. Droven and Elvac. They're actually in uniform, and they're uniform of Road Guard from Prondadal. So, so Droven and Elvac are guards apparently. So, and they're in uniform, and their uniform actually has their name. So that's how you know that. Okay, so go ahead.
Prondadal isn't where like Gror's girlfriend was headed to, or where she comes from, or any place that she discussed, right?
She was coming from Prondadal, but she was heading towards Nevermore.
Okay,
Yeah.
so she's left there. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, she left Pronadal. She's somebody who travels. She's part of the traveling army.
Badasses.
So,
Right.
yeah, I'm trying to remember if it said where she was from. I feel like she's probably from Darkenhaven at the level of rank that she has. So, but I have to go back and look and see. I can't remember. Sorry.
Perhaps if we put them on the horses and take them back to our wagons, they would have something there that could securely wrap them up for the trip to Pronadal. It might be cold enough that they can make it that far.
Is it how many days do we have until we get to Pronadal if we leave tomorrow morning with the caravan?
Probably another 2 days of travel
Mm.
would be my guess. You guys are about halfway between Nevermore and Pronadal, maybe a little farther right now, and you've been traveling for about 2 days already. So, yeah, about 2 days.
With all the
You'd probably be there if you were to leave in the morning. You would probably be there by sundown the following day. What's that?
With all the ogres hanging around, I don't know if we should hang around too much here.
Let's move.
Probably should
Well, the horses.
think
the
about
horses will help. The horses need to help. Can help us bring everything back. But
Yeah.
let's get what we can from here and go far underwater.
Yeah, I'm.
3 ogres
don't-
down is not bad.
If we bury them and bring back their uniforms along with the shields,
At least the shields, I think.
Yeah.
That should.
I think we should take the uniform with their names too, so they at least know who they were.
Or just the name tag, at least.
Yep.
However that
Yep.
looks. But
Yeah,
that should be needed for
absolutely.
sure.
Is the
That's
ground
perfect.
soft enough to be able to dig something like that?
It's not quite frozen at this point, although you did happen to notice now that you guys are kind of done with the battle and everything, that it actually started to snow fairly heavily at this point. I mean, it's coming down in big, large flakes, and it's definitely accumulating on the ground at this point. But with everything that was going on, you would be able to dig some graves. It's going to take some time, but you would be able to dig some graves. The ground's not frozen.
Yeah,
is what I'm trying to
well,
say.
we're also in a time crunch too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem. And I
I
guess
don't
we
think
could
we
put
have
the
time to
bodies
bury
on
them.
the horses.
And make a decision once we
Yeah.
get back. Yeah, once we
Yeah,
get back
I
to
think
camp.
That would probably be the better thing at this point.
If
then we
nothing
might as
else,
well
we can
take
bury them by the
others,
road.
too.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's
So
see what they've
load 'em all
got.
up.
Yeah, let's see what they've got that might be valuable equipment that we can use, and then we'll continue on to find the water and see
Okay.
if there are any more ogres we need to deal with.
All right.
Casey, the
So-
Phoenix emblem though that Fleegan recalled, and I guess some of us now remember,
Mhm.
that wasn't the same crest that like a Galatan Hermes group carried on their shields as well, though, right? It's like
No.
just the road
Yeah.
guard
This is the city crest of Pronadal.
city crest. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So these people
Yeah.
were probably hired by the city to take care of these ogres or something.
I'm thinking they're hired to guard the other two, the mage and,
Possibly.
Well, let's.
and the clean
Yeah.
shaved man.
Yeah.
I have a feeling they were venturing out for something, because sending 4 people against an unknown number of ogres is probably not a wise decision. They're out here looking
There's
for
only 5 of us, right? I mean,
Yeah.
right, but yeah, they did
they have
most of the heavy
shields that
lifting,
match.
and they look special.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I
the
bet
one
you
that's
they were
got
out
this
here.
screw-
They're out here for something. So
Yeah,
and
definitely.
probably
That's a good point.
If we're going to Pronadal, why not take some dead bodies there and see if they like want to reward us and stuff?
You can sleep with them.
We've got all this snow to pack them in, right?
We have wagons. I mean,
We do have
the
wagons.
loved
Yeah.
ones would be a lot more appreciative to
I-
have the
I
bodies.
concur. I
I
concur.
think it would be the good thing to do, and I bet
Yep.
Kember would probably agree at least. And Theros can certainly dig at least 7/8 of a hole if we were gonna bury him, but I don't think we should.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It'd
We
probably
have to
be
go
quicker
back
to
for
put 'em
wood
on the
and
horse.
stuff, don't we? Don't we have to go back for the wood and the water?
Yeah, yep. Well, we've got to get the water. We've got wood and we've got food.
Right. So let's take
All
the
right.
horses one at a time across the bridge, and
Yeah, so we'll see what they've
Okay.
got that's useful for us. I mean, Mystic
I'm gonna
is.
put
Wasn't
this.
the water to the left? I thought it was across the bridge. Or am I misremembering?
The bridge is to the right. We crossed over it.
Yeah, I
think-
thought the water was across the
I
bridge.
think
Yeah,
the
that water-
was to the north.
Yeah,
think that we-
this water over
west.
here was tainted. So
Yeah, we wanted to go north
I was.
after the wood.
I
think,
thought there
with the
was.
water.
I thought they said it was over here.
I think it's over this way.
You guys asked the stag where clean water was, right? And he told you
Mhm.
it was to the southwest of where you were at.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I
So,
thought.
I was
Yeah,
right.
so
we need
this is
to keep.
So this
So
direction.
the map I made that you said, Casey, I thought had water to the north, the deer was in the middle, camp was to the southwest, and the wood was south of where we met the deer in the middle. Yeah, I wrote it wrong though.
Okay, I could have said something wrong.
ogres were in the
The
southwest.
ogres were in the southwest,
Yeah,
but
I don't think the water was there. I think the water was the opposite direction, and we had to choose. That's why I had the water to the
Yeah.
north.
Yeah.
Read that poorly.
okay. Yeah. Okay, so you guys are obviously going to go ahead and gather up everything. So
Yep.
Scribe, get ready. I'm going to put a bunch of stuff in the chat,
Yep.
but we'll go through and kind of describe some of this. This is a very well equipped party, and so there's going to be a lot of stuff that you guys gather up. Okay.
I have my
So-
list.
All right. So, we have I'm going to go ahead and share this with you. This is a very nice piece of armor. So you have that, the Royal Pronadol Royal Guards chain shirt, a medium shield, thick fur cloak, a Seric iron great axe, which I will
Ooh.
share with you. A short sword, an ash short bow with a leather quiver holding 14 arrows after you gather them up, a pair of good leather boots, a silver-plated hip flask containing a liquor smelling of cherries, tinderbox, a pouch containing a finely crafted redwood pipe, a pouch
Cherry
containing
cordial?
strong... very similar. Not your father's famous cherry cordial, but something very similar to it. A pouch containing strong chocolate-smelling leaf, which is known as Cendestian Dark. A silver ring with a red-orange garnet. That seems... wow, I did not mean to... Oh, well, never mind.
Yep, it's
Anyhow.
all good. I was going
Um,
to detect magic on everything.
You're going to
'cause-
detect magic on it?
Yeah.
Okay. On everything? Okay. So we'll go through that.
Yeah, move it into a pile. Detect.
So, yeah, abjuration magic radiates from that ring.
Okay.
Okay. And a leather pouch with, and then I guess I need to put this in there. There's a leather pouch with some coins in it. Good amount of coins, 14 silvers, 10 golds, and a platinum.
Okay.
And then that was on Droven. Elvin, or Elvac, sorry. A ruined chain shirt. I'll link this in a second. Ruined chain shirt, a kite shield, a fur-lined cloak, a well-crafted longsword with a square pommel, a short sword that was scabbard on his hip. You found the Seric iron dagger already. 6 black-handed throwing daggers on a black belt,
Hmm.
6 black handle throwing daggers on a black belt, an ash short bow and quiver with 15 arrows after you gather them up, a pair of
Isn't there a
fur-lined
broken-
leather boots. No, the ones that are still good are total 15. A small wood box with 12 short cigars and a tinder box, a bag of nalgam seeds, a giant chain bracelet, or a gold chain bracelet, sorry, you saw that, Ligon, when you were looking at him, a pouch with a set of throwing bones for gambling, a leather pouch then with a bit more coins in it, 9 cops, 16 sills, 21 golds, and 2 plats. So there's a good amount of money right there. The wizard.
What was that guy's name again?
That was
That
Elvac.
was Elvac.
Velvac.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got
Yeah,
all
yeah.
of the party treasure. I'm on here. I've got it all recorded, so I'm recording it all.
Okay, cool.
So,
And a backup list too, just
Well-
in case.
Yep.
yeah. The wizard, thick robes and a fur cloak with a hood, a pair of daggers, a small tin containing minty-smelling snuff, a long-stemmed greenwood pipe with teeth marks, and a pouch of red pipe leaf that smells of chili peppers and flowers. That's Anvalin red. A tinder box, a pair of small forked liquid that you recognize as healing potions, a small silver toothpick, a jar filled with dried apples, a small bag containing 20 licorice pieces, a leather bag for storing material components that has enough of them to cast all the spells from his spell book, which I will talk about in a little bit,
Okay.
at least 10 times, so lots of spell components. The exception to this is the Identify spell. He only has 4 pearls, so you can't use his Identify spell. Because you don't have components. But
Identify
you have
doesn't
your own.
Identify doesn't consume the pearl, so
Oh, it doesn't? Okay.
Mm-mm.
But he doesn't have the pearl, so. Or he only
Okay.
has 4 pearls. So. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and put all of this in there. Okay.
okay.
Next to the wizard's body is a finely engraved staff of yew wood. Sorry, my voice cracked. A finely engraved staff of yew wood. When you do your detect magic, it radiates abjuration and evocation magic.
And that was what? Bow?
A yew staff.
Oh, you staff.
A yew wood staff.
Well, it's now a my staff.
No, it's YEW grower or Theros YEW.
Well,
And Grow knows wood.
And what kind of magic did you say?
Abjuration and evocation. I'm going to go ahead and put that in the chat here real quick. There you go. All right.
Okay.
All right. The fourth man. You don't know his name. Searching his body will uncover a dark leather armor and black leather boots with fur lining, thick fur cloak and a fur hat, a short sword, a wineskin filled with fruity red wine, a blue handkerchief, a small magnifying glass, a pouch containing a bunch of coins, a copper inlaid ring, inlaid with silver. Oh, you know what? You had detect magic on there, so that is this. Radiates abjuration magic.
Nice.
Oh, and it has a sigil engraved into it. He's also carrying a wax-sealed scroll tube that is marked with the sigil that's on the ring as well.
Any pictures for
Anything
these?
familiar about that sigil?
Go ahead and give me a history check, please, Grover.
Hey, somebody want to look at this too?
Yeah, I'll take a look at it, of course, because I'm detecting magic on everything. So
All right. You guys look at it, and you're not really sure. Do you ask your friends to take a look at it?
Yeah.
Neither one of you have seen these before.
Freaking will.
Sure, I'll look at it.
Kimber.
I mean, I'll look with Theros.
All right. Well, Theros is a little bit oblivious. Theros looks at it, Kimber looks at it, and you actually remember talking with somebody a number of months back who was very pompous and sure of himself, who was proud of the fact that he was a member of the Couriers Guild. There's a kind of a worldwide group of individuals called the Couriers Guild, and they obviously take messages from location to location. And so you know that this man is a member of the Couriers Guild.
I have a question.
Yes.
Was that the character that our special guest Alphinius was role playing, or is that another person?
No.
Okay, just checking.
No, you've never seen this man before.
Oh no, I meant the pompous courier.
Oh yeah, no.
The paladin.
No.
Yeah, that paladin was very
paladin.
pompous. So when
Yeah,
you said that,
yeah,
that's
different.
what I was thinking of.
Different number. No, this was somebody that you, Kimber, had come across a number of months earlier.
Ah, okay.
So you remembered that, and that's how you saw that. So, all right, and then in addition, you find a small camp shovels, a mirror for a shaving kit, and all that other stuff and things like that. Cool. Right. And then, yeah, okay, so, and then what did I put else in here? We have a bag full of a lot more coins, 10 cups, 18 sills, 16 golds, 3 plats, a copper ring that has the sigil of the Couriers Guild, the wax-sealed scroll tube that has the sigil of the Couriers Guild, and then a whole bunch of other things. Those.
shaving kit, Grower, you might need that.
Oh, my back is fine. So the ruined chain shirt that we found on the other person with the kite shield, it was also the city emblem. It was just ruined.
Yes. Yeah.
The blow to the chest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those guards were taking the courier or to protect the courier, and somehow they ran into the ogre.
Possibly.
So we should try to make sure that there's not like a note or a scroll or some kind of decree or something.
What are in the corked
So there's a
vials?
scroll that has two.
Oh, there they are.
scrolls.
Sorry.
Maybe that's what it is then.
So you have the 2 small steel corked vials you were asking. Those are liquid. That's something you have to do something with to figure that out. Detect, identify that kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Detect lasts for 10 minutes, so
Yeah.
if they're magic, I'd know that, but if they're not, then I wouldn't worry about it.
They're alchemical.
Alchemical, got it, okay.
Alchemical. So, all right.
The
I think I
well-crafted
linked.
long sword look magical?
It was not. Nope. It was just really nice.
Nor Seric, or anything other than just...
Nor Sarek. Nope. Yeah. Nope. All right. What world is that? All right.
That's just there's something on my character sheet that I was looking at and I accidentally clicked it. And you see it's all messed up.
A little.
I don't know what it is.
All right. In the front of the spell book is an inscription. I'll go ahead and show this to you guys because as you're inspecting it, you would open it up, and it says, "My dear Mysticus, you have been a favored student of mine these past few years. Please accept this spell book with my appreciation. May Mistos guide you in all things." Signed, Stravrin of Frondadal. All right.
Can we?
Also, you have 4 Shugenshire Greys. These are highly prized breed that do well in cold weather. Each of them are probably worth at least 250 golds or more, most likely more. They look like they're very, very well bred and taken care of horses. So
I'm assuming
that is
they
a
have all the
severely
saddles
fine.
and tack and.
Yes, that's what I was
Okay.
getting to next.
Got it. Got it.
2
Cool.
of the Greys are larger than the other 2, and they actually have their names inscribed within their tack. So let me go ahead and show you the tack that they get, but you actually will know the name of the 4 of them. The names of the 4 of them. So here, let me go ahead and I'll just link all of this to you as well, so that you have it available to review.
Okay.
So yeah, you don't get to name them. I guess you can if you want to, but they're smart enough to where they would respond to those names.
Wow, so much to take in. There's a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff. Yeah, this was something. This was a lot of reason why I ended when I ended the last time, because I knew we weren't going to get through all of this in 20 minutes.
Why not? Okay, well, I will use the names and see which one's which and make sure that proper saddles and stuff and get all on each one that it belongs to.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead and give me a animal handling check. Oh, you already did your animal handling check, and it was you did fine.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
Yep, you're able to do that, no problem. And they
Laura has a
respond to
question.
that. Sure.
What are Nulgum seeds?
Nulgum seeds they're kind of like a pumpkin seed. If you've ever had roasted pumpkin seeds, it's a very similar flavor to that.
Some in my kitchen. I got you.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool. Thank you.
Sure.
I'm gonna enjoy a couple of pieces of the licorice.
Yeah, it's not sweet red licorice; it's the dark licorice. But I don't know. You can tell me whether or not your character enjoys that.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it's got that anise taste to it.
Yep. Yeah, anise, not
Anus. No.
Yes.
All right. So, what now, my friends? As you gather and look over all of this stuff, do you have Identify, or do you want to use Identify?
I have Identify on the ring, so I will use it since it's available.
All right.
While that's going on, I'm looking at my companion's injuries. Anybody needing assistance there?
I'm good.
Gror could use quite a bit of help with that.
Okay.
That's cool.
We got a ring of warmth.
Nice.
You know about the Royal Guard's chain shirt? It's +1.
Mm-hmm.
The Serric Iron Great Axe is not magical. The Serric Iron Dagger is not magical. 2 healing potions. 2 minor healing potions. Here we go. 2 minor healing potions.
Sweet.
Here you go. The Wizard Staff.
This I want to see. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, as soon as I can attune to that, I will.
The cleric was gonna turn into a wizard next level. I want to roll dice off. Just kidding.
Sure, you're gonna take a level in Wizard, huh?
You're gonna dip your toes in wizard there. That's
Is the set of throwing bones magical?
No, it's not. It's not.
Phew, good, because magic dice would be scary in a game like this.
yeah. Magic cards too. Yeah.
There was another vial. We had looked at some vials, and
Yeah, 2 small steel corked vials
2
with a
small.
strong, sweet liquid.
Yeah. So one of them is this,
Ooh, anti-venom.
and the other one I'm gonna have to go find because the link isn't working. A second. Oh, there they are. Discussion. Okay, where are you? Where are you?
Oh wow, anti-venom's better than I thought.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's pretty good stuff.
Did we
Alright,
have that
yeah.
before? We had something else that was anti-poison before that I don't think we've ever used.
Yeah, no, I think we actually gave that to the troop.
Oh yeah, he'll join strength, guys.
Ooh.
Okay. All right. So
1
that's
hour.
all-
Sorry.
yeah. So that's all of the
We
loot.
know Fleegan and Quimber don't need it. We're both really, really strong. So give it to somebody like Roar.
I am pretty dang sure that this would be less effective in Theros' hand than it would be in like Fleegan's. But just saying.
All right. So yeah, you know that one of the warriors is Droven Steep. The other one is Helven Hardtack. The wizard's name is Mystigus, but you don't know the courier's name.
Do we should we open the tube from the courier, or should we just take it back to the Courier's Guild in Pronadol?
Is it sealed or something is the question. Like, is there wax around it?
It
or
did
any
say
other-
a sealed, waxed seal on it.
Well, I mean, it
think.
probably makes us look a lot more forthright returning it that way. But
Absolutely.
if we're trying to be that, which I think we discussed, I would say we don't open it. But
I would concur.
can you do anything clairvoyant to read it without opening it or something?
No.
Kimber, can he?
Clairvoyant?
Like, somehow read what's in the tube without opening it?
What's the seal on the wax?
Courier's
Can you
Guild.
identify that?
It's the Courier's Guild sigil.
It's a Courier's Guild sigil. I mean, but it's a wax sealed. is there a seal? The wax itself has a seal on it. Is it the Couriers Guild
Yeah.
sigil,
Yes.
or is it somebody
Yes.
else's? Okay.
I say we take it back to Vestia or Skizig or something like that to look at it.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
we
well,
should
I
be
mean,
taking
the-
it
Or
to
we
Pron
could-
Nadal
I say
anyway.
we open it.
We could just open it and say it was that way when you found it.
It got broken open in the battle.
Oh, and you decide to shave off all your hair because it got blown off.
You might not need to lie. Lying might be a bad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd much rather just return it and maybe get a little bit of
Award.
Well, now that
goodwill towards the
our
troop.
Our troop is going to definitely look at it after what we know about them now.
Yeah.
Of course, we're that way too now.
Our mission is always to find information for
Yes,
our people,
I agree.
so I think we need to open it.
I think we should take it back
be the
to
only ones to
Mother.
decide that. Yeah.
I should think we should take it back to
when
Mother.
you detected magic, did any magic come off the tube?
No.
Did it? No.
No.
Okay, that's a good
No,
sign.
so there's nothing mad. It's the tube itself isn't magical. So if we were to open it, we probably would not be like zapped to death or anything.
Oh, well,
but-
then I don't... Quimber doesn't have a problem with anybody opening it in this group.
So that's 2 for not opening it and 1 for opening it, right?
Oh, Fleegan says open it.
So is Theros.
I thought it might be trapped. That's the only reason why I had a problem with it.
I still think we should probably take it to Mother and let her to make the decision. But
I think we shouldn't open it here because, quite frankly, we spend enough time and there's ogres.
If it's 3-2 and Theros casts the deciding vote and he's supposed to be in charge, then I think we can ask Theros at the very least if he would be willing to take it to Mother first. But otherwise, he should open it.
We can always open it and then take it to Mother. We
Vice
shouldn't
versa,
expect
right?
we shouldn't expect anything nefarious from this message, or the fact that if we return with the bodies, look like heroes, and they ask us if there's a message, and we don't know of any message.
Well, I mean, it could be magical, you know, or something inside, right? that
There
we
could
don't
be
detect.
scrolls inside.
And it
Yeah.
could possibly matter when you open it, that you can only read it once or something.
Well,
That's
you-
maybe not magical, but temporary. So that's the only reason I still think we should take it to Mother first, Theros.
Gror, I gave you
Explore.
5 hit points on the amulet, but I see your bar's still quite down. Are you still injured a lot?
But yeah, 5 is a small amount of dog bites. I
of dog bites.
would need 3 more 5s about.
Oh, that is 8.
8 more.
The only
on top
the only
of
thing
5.
I see is if it is something that has significance with someone on higher power, and we
Right.
bring it back open, or we bring it back, or we don't bring it back at all and say there wasn't one, and lie, then
And I think we'd have a lot more leverage, like you're saying, if it wasn't open, and at least Mother should
Yeah.
possibly weigh in on whether or not that's powerful for us when we're trying to take the troop to Pron Nadal.
Mhm.
Maybe this is a great leveraging thing, that this is still intact.
Yeah.
That's what
But
we're
the
pleading with you,
but the
Theros,
information
about.
inside it may be even more valuable to our handlers.
Well, that would be more for Mother to decide than us who barely know of the handlers, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
true.
There's 8 more, so Casey, I've used the amulet 5 times today. It can have a max of 6. Of course, we
Okay.
haven't been rolling per day to see how many charges it gets back. I should probably do that from now on.
the 8 was enough. I'm close enough anyway, too.
Well,
So
that's-
you gave me 13.
That was 21 total.
Oh, well, you gave me 8 more. Right. Okay,
Yeah.
well, now I'm beyond full, so. I've actually get to level up, I think, now.
nice try.
Did you use it the day before? I feel like you did, right?
Well, I had used it already 2 times this day.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But I have used it previous days, and we had been rolling to see how many gets back at sunrise.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead and roll, please.
Oh, okay. Let me see what it was. He gets back.
Thanks for being honest about that. Yeah, I'm kind of trying to determine whether or not it still has that last charge at this point.
Sure. Trying to find the amulet. What it said about how many gets back.
So it sounds like the
1d4 plus 1 or something. I don't remember.
You'd have to find and do it. I'm trying not to get involved in the discussion because this is your guys' choice, but it sounds like at this point, after the deliberation, that it's 3-2, but Theros is the party leader and can make the final decision. Ultimately,
All right, we'll take it back to Mother.
All right. So what's next? We gotta find water.
Plus, you're growing quite wise, as strong. The compliments.
You're taking all the fun out of this.
Watch it like tells us something that was pertinent to right now. No, I'm just kidding.
You're standing in a clearing, you win the Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes.
Behind the tree is the real treasure.
Oh, dang
What
it.
about the other ogre corpse that already laid dead?
Mm-hmm.
Is that in the listing already?
As far as the things that you find, what you find on the ogre bodies, that I'm glad you asked that because I didn't actually go through that. Let me do that real quick.
I was writing the other stuff just now anyway, too. So why not write more?
Yeah, why not? Here, like this. Okay, so one body has, that was Zoot, had that on him. Mug had that on him. And interestingly enough, you don't find anything of value other than the hide and the club and everything like that on him. He doesn't have anything special with him.
The fourth ogre was definitely dead.
There's 3.
I meant the one that was previously laying there.
The one was oh yeah.
And there were no gnomes underneath it when we rolled it over?
No gnomes, no bodies, no nothing else. Unfortunately, nothing you can stomp at this point. I guess you could stomp the ogre if you wanted to. But...
Stomp all ogres. If there's time.
Dwarven stomp, right? Yeah.
I mean, we're already out of battle. It's really kind of gratuitous at this point. But...
Yeah. So. All right.
Only if Kimber wants practice. Kimber, do you need Dwarven Stomp practice, or are we good with these?
I'm tired. Oh wait,
So-
I'll do whatever you want to teach me.
We'll just get everything all together on the horses.
Yeah, on the way out of camp, after everything's on their horses, we'll stomp a couple of them, just for practice.
Fleegan, do you want to go scout out farther to the west?
For practice stomping.
Did we determine it as west or was it north?
I'm just more worried about something coming up behind us as we go across the bridge or something.
I'll do some sneaking.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a stealth check, please. That is very quiet as you sneak that direction. You're very leery about the fact that there were ogres and that they came out. But it is easy to notice that there's a significant number of huge footprints running up and down this area. Makes it clear that it's traveled regularly by the ogres. And as you come up to that point, you see that it looks as if the forest trail goes towards the right and towards the left, and the footprints are all moving towards the right there. And you actually notice that the air is noticeably colder in this location, and you can see your breath.
And I didn't gain any elevation height, huh?
No.
All right, I'm going to take a quick down the other side here.
Down the other way?
Yep.
Okay.
Were there any horses tracks going that way? Or are they all ogres?
Yeah, there were horse tracks coming towards where you guys are at right now. So the horses that indicating that the group that you came across here must have come from that direction. Towards the left, the path on the left. There.
They just ignored giant footsteps and kept going.
Maybe.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get going.
So
3 dead.
The other direction.
We need to know how many there are. That was our mission, to find out how many there were.
Didn't we get that?
Not necessarily to engage them.
So fleeing in the other direction there, the path.
I think if we want to discuss that at all first, I could have swore that
The protector of the forest, right?
Yeah, I think we were told by Safal Linnea that there were 5+ ogres, and we have only seen. That's what my notes say: 5+ or 5 or more, and we've only seen 4.
So what if there's 6? The difference between 6 and a dozen.
One, remember?
Yeah,
that came in.
You're right.
Yeah, but we only got attacked by 2 ogres.
Yeah, I wrote down that also.
You're right.
At least 5 ogres is what we were told.
Yeah, then it is
at least
only 3 too. I apologize.
And that he requested that we slay him if we can.
I can confirm it was a he. He had antlers.
He had antlers.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think it was a spirit of the forest, so who knows what a spirit of the forest could have.
Hey, I didn't look between the legs. I'm just saying.
Anyways, Casey was saying before we got sidetracked.
That's okay. No, let you guys have your discussion.
Oh, and before that, 26 back per day, and I only rolled a 2.
Okay. All right. So it's you're out of charges then.
Yeah, I probably didn't get that last 8. Want me to spend a cure wound spell, and that'll be what gave him extra hit points? Okay.
Yeah, that would make the most sense.
So do I keep everything full still then, or do I have to adjust?
You're good. I just down a first level spell.
Okay. All right. Fleegan on that side there, the path is wider and it runs east to west. There are hoof prints in the mud at your feet, which we just talked about, that run east to west.
Plus, why would a messenger be all the way out here in the middle of nowhere? If we follow the hoof prints back, it will take us back to the main road, I betcha.
I have a feeling these were his guards. You know, they're guarding whatever he has.
This was a shortcut. That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah, I'm guessing
that's what I'd have to concur. They were going to cut through from probably the west to the east here.
Right, but they're coming because we came from this direction as well. So this way back may lead us back to the road.
All right, well, Which way would you like to go? I'm covered in blood and wishing to get out of it.
If we go back, we're not going back with water. Right.
We need to find the
Well,
water.
wait,
and
if
need
we
to
go
get
back
supplies.
east and then we go north where we turned, that was basically like a backwards L, pretty much, before we went southwest, right? So then we would go north, grab the water, and then we would go back to pretty much where we found the deer and go straight west.
This entire time I was on mute and I've been chatting about stuff. So, yeah, no,
Go ahead.
we're not gonna get those horses across that bridge. It would collapse.
And the horses
Are the
probably
horses are
wouldn't wanna
bigger
cross
than
that bridge.
Theros? That would be my
Yes, yes.
Yeah, they're 1,000
actually they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we got an
Alright,
answer
east
then.
of water.
And so we need
Wait,
to
how
head
did
this
you do
direction.
then? Didn't you guys
From
do-
this direction. They went from
they
west
did
to
go
east.
Okay, good. That's
Yeah, west
what I
to
thought.
east. Yeah.
But we still need to find out how many ogres there are. 5 plus doesn't tell me how many.
Yeah,
Tells me
and
there's at
it
least
tells us
5.
more.
What if there's 20?
And the spirit of the forest did
Right.
ask us to try to take care of them if we could. So
Do you want me to go north a little bit more?
Yes. Yeah, if we...
I'd like to not let Fleegan get too far out there without
yeah,
support.
let's not get him out too far without support. So let's gather everything up and we'll come up behind him quietly.
move up this way.
Yeah.
Horses. Some bring the horses behind us.
I
They
got
don't
him.
like me.
You know what's odd is these 2 wounded ones came back to attack us with their wolf and didn't bring any backup. So I'm wondering what's up with that. But yeah, let's move on.
We may have surprised them. They may have been doing stuff and heard us coming,
Yeah.
and then hid for an ambush. Who knows?
All right.
But let's keep our eyes open.
So who's
Just south. That thought. Their camp couriers.
I'll at
Most of the
least
curious.
help or lead the horses if I can lead all 4.
Yeah, I'll assist as well.
I'd say it's pretty obvious that this was the campsite of the couriers,
Mhm.
and it would not have been an ogre campsite.
Ogres aren't going to roast a rabbit.
Just
Might
eat
be
that
ogres.
shit raw as an appetizer.
They might be fancy.
Right.
ogres. You never know. There could be one. It's just a little, different.
Oh, we
The dainty
fancy.
one.
Like Zoot. Zoot's probably a pretty different ogre either way.
So who's leading the way there?
Wait, let me. We're gonna lead the horses
Legan.
across the bridge.
No,
No.
the bridge
We're
would
going the
collapse.
other
Going
way.
that way.
Going the west.
Yes, we're going
And do
left.
we have the
on map.
wood right now with us?
Yes.
And the meat. We did
Yes.
have both of those. Okay. So that's 2 out of 3 ain't bad according to Milo. If I say we go west. I agree. Entirely.
Well, I think we need to go north and just find out quietly, without engaging, the ogre den. We need to see it.
Well, then the horses need to stay as far back as possible with somebody.
That's kind of what I'm getting after.
Yeah, we can tie them
Keep
up and
them-
leave them here, and then
In the crossroads.
come back for them once we've
But we
verified what's
shouldn't
going
leave them
on.
too far behind either.
No, we'll lead them as
Let's
far
just-
as we can, and
let's
then
say- Right, but we need to bring them up with us as we
Yep.
progress along. So if we go, say, a quarter mile down, we need to come back, get them, bring them up to us, etc. We don't leave them alone.
understood.
Hey, Fleegan. Your bait.
As usual.
Okay, so Gror, you need to kind of put yourself where you're going to be. Are you up with the rest of the group there?
Yeah. Hang on, I was still.
And I'll grab that great axe, so I have a +1 to hit.
Okay.
You're
So
replacing
Braxel now has
Gradle?
been-
Braxel?
Not fully. I'm just going to use it temporarily.
You're
If
gonna use Grax on one hand and the
He's
great
che-
axe on
he's
the other?
he's cheating on Graxel, but you know.
Hey, he could pass it down to his
Yeah.
younger brother. I'm sure
I
he'd be really
wouldn't
happy
do
about
that.
that.
I wouldn't even do that. because the other axe I have is dwarven, and this one's just Seric. But I mean, I understand if Graxel's not worth your loyalty. Yeah, arrows.
So much. Let's go.
Do you want me to have a one to hit or not?
Yes,
So,
You guys
Okay.
are entertaining me.
I do.
Sorry. All right, yeah. We got other
You
things,
guys are entertaining
other
me.
things to fight.
Not each other, exactly.
So you're heading up the direction and Fleegan's heading out ahead.
Sneakins.
Me and Quimber will bring up the rear with the horses. We'll just stay a little bit further back than everybody else. So
Make a
Only-
sneaky check.
was there only 2 vials, or was there 2 different sets of 2 vials? Like, I
No,
found
one was the potion. One was the potion of heal, dry, and strength, and the other one was the anti venom. And then there were 2 minor healing potions.
minor healing
In addition to
potions.
that.
Yep.
Okay, that makes sense.
Almost
All right, I'm
identical
good.
rolls.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Fleegan is continuing to move very sneakily as he moves up. Kind of describe what you're doing as you're heading up this trail.
Well, I'm going to be skirting the trail, kind of walking through the forest and using each tree as I can to hide behind as I sneak around the corner and peek
Okay.
down the trail.
All right. You do that very expertly. Go ahead and give me a perception check. Okay. All right. To about here, you notice the shadow, a long shadow on the ground, and at first you think it might be a big long snake or something, but then as you draw closer it seems to be a lot straighter than that. What you recognize fairly quickly is that there's actually a trip line of rope going across the trail at a very low level that, had you not been looking, you probably could have snagged, tripped over.
What's the rope attached to? Like a log or spike
It looks
trap
like
or something?
you try and follow it to figure out what it's doing.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, it's a trip line for a giant, basically a giant suspended tree that would, with branches and everything on it, that would come crashing down, swinging out into anybody going this direction.
Okay. I'll
Good
go
trap.
back real quick and point out the trap to them and say this
Okay.
this trail is booby trapped. I don't think they want any visitors.
They
you
don't
want me
have
to
a choice in the matter.
Do you want me to sneak up some more?
Let's continue going.
All right. So
You find it easy to step over the top of it at this point to get around it.
The horses are able to clip through it without.
I'm going to put in front of it a couple X's, a twig with X's, so people behind me can know that the trap is there,
Okay.
so they don't trip it.
I'm sorry to say, but I think we should leave the horses here if we're having to take over tripwires.
Yeah, I don't want to go over the tripwires with them.
Okay. We
All
can.
right.
Probably undo the tripwires though if we really wanted to.
But time up
No.
tight the slip knot so we can get out.
I'm
quick.
thinking if I get some of them to run down here and I can flip that tripwire or have them trip it, may get in the head with their own trap.
That I
Not the massive. We need massive damage on them if there's more than 2.
Are the horses up where we are as Fleegan came back to us, and then the rest of us go forward? The horses? That sound good?
sure.
Anybody?
But we can discuss it while Fleegan's moving forward. But yeah.
What did you say? I didn't hear you.
The horses here where Fleegan came back to us, and obviously Fleegan goes forward without us to, bait the trap, the noise, bring them to the tripwire, possibly trigger the tripwire on them, and then we come rushing in, leaving the horses here.
Yeah, we can see about that. But we got to find them first, because if it's
Yeah.
a long ways up,
Yeah, if it's if it's half a mile up the path trail here, then yeah, it's not going to matter.
Why would they trap it a half mile away or more? If they are trying to protect their camp, got to be fairly close.
well, I mean, a half mile for us is like 10 feet for them.
But they still go to sleep. They don't have to get up and go, digging in the dark after the trap goes off. It's probably got to be someone nearby, I would hope.
So I'm going to keep an eye out for more tripwires and pitfalls as well.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a stealth check and a perception check again.
I would like to use their footfalls, their foot imprints, footsteps, yes, on an indication of where they have stepped and not stepped.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and give me a perception check with advantage plus your stealth check.
Yeah, my stealth is failing me. It's not a 26 anymore.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to move yourself up a bit far, and you're not as quiet as you were before because you're paying more attention to the footfalls and everything as you're moving up. But you notice the track begins to widen as it continues northward. And in the dim light of the night at this point, you see a rocky stacking of boulders in the small glen, and the reddish hue of Zaragast above is bathing the area. That's the Red Star. I didn't even know if you guys know the name of the Red Star, Zaragast. You can hear the quiet babbling of water falling into a pool that seems to be coming from the boulders. Steam rises from the rocks and dissipates into the air, and appears you may have found a hot spring. Beyond the boulders, the track continues up towards the north. There you can see it a little bit.
Garrus and Gror should probably be moving up in that direction as well. Me and Quimber are bringing up the rear with the horses. So
You said rocky terrain. I get advantage on rocky terrain with stealth checks.
Nice.
Okay.
So Fleegan is going to sneak over and water sneakily.
All right. Well,
I've been waiting to use that for god awful amount of time.
yeah. Well, roll your perception with advantage then, or your stealth. I'm sorry, your stealth with advantage. Oh, there you go.
Of course, I would roll one.
All right. Well, it was on the second roll, so you're good. All right. All right. Well, the boulders themselves do happen to hide a hot spring. You guys see that picture, right?
Yes.
Fresh water.
It's a smallish pond, about 15 feet diameter. A small clear fall of water rushes from a small stream that emanates from between two of the rocks and drops into the circular tarn. With a splashing sound, there's green moss that covers the rocks and ground around the pool, and the water looks clean and drinkable, if it's a bit warm. You see large footprints that run around the base of the boulders, and the area in front of the pool has big prints sunk into the muddy edge. And there's steam that's rising up off of the water, so you can tell it's quite warm, actually.
Yeah, I fully expect an ogre to pop its head out of the water.
You can actually
like
see the
Jaws.
bottom. It's not very deep. It's probably about 2 feet deep, and it's clear. It's clear, clean water. You can see the bottom.
Okay, I'll go back and report to them that, hey, we have clean water.
Awesome. Can put it in water skins as it's really steaming hot. That'll be
So this trap was to protect
That'll
the
actually be
water
nice.
source.
Put them underneath your coat and keep warm with the hot water skins. Like thermos. Like,
it
yeah.
shouldn't be. Yeah, it's like a little hot water bottle.
Mm-hmm.
And then either I can take all the water pouches back and fill them up, or we can have the rest of the troop come up and I can go further up the road.
Oh. Let's all go up there and you
Yep.
can keep scouting.
My question still is, though, too.
We can bring
We
the
were
horse to the edge. So
When we were told ogres, they were
Yeah,
to the
bring the horses with us.
southwest, right?
yes,
We're headed back kind of northeast to the water. If we keep going that way, we're probably going to skip them.
possibly. I'm not holding
But
my
there's-
breath on that, but
Yeah, let's just keep going this way and see what happens.
We still got tracks this way, right?
Yeah, we got
And if you've got
tracks.
tracks coming this way,
And
And
they're here.
so we can get the horses around that trap instead of over it?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
because most of the tracks are rear tracks are the directions. I kind of feel like
horses came here originally. They came from the east, like we did, right?
No,
They
the
came
horses
from
are
over
from the west.
Come
From the
over
west.
there. Okay, no, I see the red circle. That answers where I was kind of making.
so more sneakers.
Okay. All right, the rest of you go up to the water then.
Collect it.
start filling skins.
Okay. So
I'll
Flagon is.
I'll keep my
keep
eye
him-
out and keep looking. So
So keep this in mind. So as you guys approach up there, you recognize that first. And over the see that there's come up. Fleegan kind of shows you where that's at and kind of leads you to that point. So you're all kind of around the spring. Once he shows you where that's at, he turns around and sneak back up up the trail a little bit farther. So
yeah,
and you
and
guys go ahead and position yourselves around the spring there. Okay.
I'll stand on the rocks that are concealing it and keep an eye on is going.
At the rest, you put yourself in the spring.
So the horses. So
And you get horses up on the top. That leaves Kim hold 4 horses.
Tie him if I can watch him from here. So
So you guys come up over. You look at that. Kenna comes back up and stands on the rocks and turns around as Fleegan turns and starts heading up there. And both of you kind of turn and head that direction, and are quite surprised that there is a large bear
oh no,
standing right in the path that wasn't there before.
Or wasn't there?
It wasn't there before. All of a sudden, there's this large bear just standing there.
drunk?
It's not. What's that?
Is it drunk?
does it smell heavily of
Is it
liquor?
wearing a hat and tie?
No, it is not wearing a hat and tie. It's standing there on all fours. It's looking directly at you.
All right, it's just waiting for its turn to drink, guys. Get the water and let's go.
It
And
be
it's
a
kind of-
spirit too.
And it's kind of blocking the path at this point. As after the shock kind of wears off a little bit, what do you do? Shock and surprise. So Kenna
boo-boo.
saw this.
What can we see or guess of either that path ahead or the area to the northeast? Like, is that dropping down? Can we hear that water loud? You know, like, what else is there that we're aware of in their surroundings?
That you do hear beyond that the sound of running water, as if there's, a good amount of running water, and it does seem to kind of go up over a rise. So the bear is standing on what looks to be kind of a rise, and then beyond it, into the darkness, it looks like it kind of falls out back, and then beyond that, up the trail, you hear the sound of running water. Yeah. But ultimately, Fleegan and Kenna see it first. So, Fleegan, what do you do when you see it?
Well, there's no rocky place to hide on this side of the trail.
Okay.
I will slowly back up, pull my daggers out, and say to myself, "Didn't we already do this a couple days ago?"
And what does Kenna do?
I am just going to stand perfectly still and watch the bear. If it moves in a hostile manner, I will open fire on it. Otherwise, I am just going to watch it.
Okay. You hear it begin to growl as you get the intuition that it recognizes the fact that Fleegan has drawn its daggers.
Flee.
And
You're
as it
holding the
begins to
bow
growl,
against it.
Yeah. Go at it.
Is that a smaller bear next to it now?
Oh
No.
It's got.
what happens is you hear a fluttering in the trees, and coming flying out of a branch high up in the trees, a large hawk flies over the top of the bear and lands right in the middle of its back as it's growling at you.
Uh-oh.
How do you respond? How do you respond to the eagle there, or the hawk there, Kenna?
Well, you can put your daggers away. Back slowly away.
Well, I'm already backing almost slowly
Yeah.
away.
What
It's a
is
good
it?
thing
You
I got
sheathe them or not?
quick draw on my daggers, so yeah, I'll put my daggers away.
You hear the hawk make out a call. Not necessarily sure whether or not that call was as a result of you putting your daggers back away. But the bear looked over towards the southwest there, towards the bush, and as the call rings out, and kind of bounces off of the rocks in the spring area that you guys are in, you see, but are surprised that you don't hear, an individual emerge from the forest. And this is what she looks like. You guys see that, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's still loading for me.
Mila.
Nod to her. Good day. Good eve, I guess.
You see the figure of a female half-elf emerge from the trees. And she sees Kenna nod. And in return, she puts her hand upon the bear. And the bear still at this point was just kind of this sustaining low growl, and that trails off. And at this point, my friends, we are going to have to finish for the evening. But we will pick up from here with this mysterious half-elf of the forest who seems to have a proclivity for a bear and a hawk. All right, my friends. Well, that's it for this session of the Red Star Rising campaign. We hope that your minds were opened by wonder as our intrepid band was able to hack and slash their way through a fairly difficult encounter with a couple of ogres and their pet wolves. Came across with a little bumps and bruises and a whole mother load of loot. So some interesting decisions will be made when they return to the troop to decide what they want to keep and what they give to the troop in customary fashion. But at this point, you have found your food, you have found your wood, and you have found your water. But now there is this mysterious figure. What could that mean? So, my friends, stay tuned for the next episode of The Coldest of Blood. And with that, I will say, my friends, may all of your adventures be sticky.
Yeah.
Thank you and good night.
I
Thanks and good night.